What is going on, comic fans? Welcome back to the Legion of Comics. Today, we're going to be looking at my top 10 picks for this coming new comic book day. It's March 20th, and it's a big one. Shout out to the homies over at Big Time Collectibles. Check out their website. Follow them on social media. Don't miss out on the awesomeness that they got going on. And if you need anything clean or press, my homie Justin has got it covered for you. Be sure to hit the description. You can find the links to all the fantastic sponsors, including Justin right down there. And a huge shout out to ABX Comics Games. That's where I'll be picking up all of my new comic book day books. That's my LCS right here in Augusta, Georgia. They have a fantastic Facebook group. If you're getting into comics or tabletop gaming, any of that stuff, that is a perfect place to dive in and get your start. Also, a huge announcement, Comics Curing Cancer has officially begun. Of course, we'll have the huge event in October, but there's going to be massive drops along the way and huge announcements. Don't miss out on those. You can follow all those details on Comics Curing Cancer's Instagram page or via myself, Rob's Fast Acts of Comics, or DJ Links. You can hit that QR code and get started now. And also, we will be at HeroesCon. The three of us will be setting up at booth number 1769 with some exclusive stuff you will not want to miss out on. I know a ton of people are going to HeroesCon. I'm already ridiculously excited. It's going to be a good time. I hope to see you there. Be sure to come by the table, say hey, and see what we have to offer. All right, let's get into it. Top 10. This wasn't an easy one to make a top 10 out of. There are a lot of great books dropping. This is really a really huge week, and we're size comic. This is going to be World's Finest, issue number 25. Mark Waid, Dan Mora. I don't know how much longer this book has. I was talking to Sector 2815. He was telling me that it's going to be wrapping up in the not too distant future. But before we do, we're going to go back and look at the annual that they did that kind of showcased the first meeting of Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent, but this time we're going to do a twist on it. We're going to be focusing on the first meeting of Lex Luthor and the Joker. Also, they'll be picking up where the Batmite Dark Side story, that little fun kind of intense little look into the fifth dimensional imps and everything. We're going to be revisiting a little bit of that. This has been a fantastic series. The Superman Batman team up book is always solid, from World's Finest, World's Best before that, all the way to today. It's always a good book to pick up. It's always fun, and this one has been really top tier. I'm really excited to dive into this one. Next up on the list, we're keeping with the big guy. We got Superman number 12. Superman is unfortunately having to team up with Lex Luthor to deal with the Revenge Squad. All of the ghosts of Lex Luthor's past are coming back to haunt him, and there's no one that can save him but Superman. Joshua Williamson has been helming this title. It has been ridiculously solid. Jamal Campbell's on the covers. I wish we would have had him for longer on the interiors, but it is what it is. Now, I know I said this book wasn't long for my pull list, but it made it another month, and it's all because Amanda Waller is featured in the story for Titans issue number 9. Tom Taylor's been writing this, and it's not exceptional. It's definitely not bad. It's just kind of mediocre. With so many exceptional titles dropping, there's not a lot of space to keep just mediocre titles. But knowing that Amanda Waller is the focal point of this year's big summer blockbuster event, Absolute Power, I'm definitely interested in diving into this issue. It's supposed to be the issue where she's really pushing forward and turning the world against the Titans. Next up, issue number 7, Tom King's Wonder Woman. It looks like we're taking a pause from our regular storytelling to do a little one-off story where Diana and Clark get together to try to celebrate Batman's birthday. They go out into space looking for a perfect gift for the Caped Crusader. Now, that sounds weird on the surface, and it definitely does sound boring compared to what we've been doing, but knowing how this title has done a very fantastic job of setting each issue apart from the ones around it, kind of focusing on a very specific aspect of Diana and really highlighting that about Wonder Woman, this kind of does fit in. I don't know if we'll be getting any more about the Sovereign in this one or what's going on with Captain Steel or Commander Steel, but I think it's going to be an interesting look into this aspect of Diana inside of the Trinity, so I'm definitely down for that. Now, this next one, this is a straight-up cover buy. I do not pull this title. I started pulling it back when it first started. I dropped it, but I am picking up multiple copies of issue number 16 of Iron Man, the John Jang variant. This is his first Iron Man cover outside of one exclusive he did that featured Iron Man on the cover for Big Time Collectibles. He did the Marvel Voices Wakanda Forever that featured just Iron Man's head on it, but this is his first full-on Iron Man cover that he's done for direct market. He hasn't been under Marvel for very long, so this is a must get. This is an absolute must. That is a banger of a cover if I have ever seen it. Got to get multiple for that one. Next up, number 6 on my list is going to be Justice Society of America, issue number 9, the team is getting together and having to go over to Europe to track down the Red Lantern's daughter. We learned in the last issue that the Red Lantern had a legacy of his own. The evil villain to Alan Scott's Green Lantern is supposedly dead, but his daughter lives on, and she's a psychopath, murdered a lot of people in that last issue, and they're trying to redeem her, and she's dead set on finding her father, convinced he's not dead, and she's going to go on a warpath and a killing spree before the JSA can stop her and attempt to save her soul. We'll find out in this issue. Next up, we have Cobra Commander issue number 3. The Energon universe is still rocking and rolling strong. Out of the 3 titles, I think so far Cobra Commander is kind of the weakest one, and it's still a solid hit. It's not a miss at all. So we have Cobra Commander sent from Cobra Law into our world to try to find this hidden source of this ultimate energy known as Energon. It has taken him to the swamps of the Deep South, where we last left him. He was about to wrestle some alligators, but it looks like along the way he's finding some terrible people that he's probably going to use to put together his own team, is what it's looking like. So we'll see where it goes from here. 8 on my list. Man, this has been a blast from start to finish so far. We have issue number 6 of Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. The last issue left us hanging. We've got the League of Shadows in here now. The Legion of Doom is in here. All the monster people. Atlantis is on the prowl. Superman is presumed dead, but there's a beacon calling all the monsters. And we know how this works from the movies. There's an alpha signal that attracts the other Titans, and they are all being attracted to the Fortress of Solitude, where the corpse of Superman is. So we know what time it is. Superman's alive. They're all being drawn there. But while all this is happening, Lex Luthor has gotten his hands on some MonsterVerse technology of his own from Apex. He has Mechagodzilla. It looks like he fired it up in that last issue. What is going to happen next? I don't know. But already they're starting to establish and realize that Kong is not a Titan to battle, but kind of an ally to mankind. So hopefully we'll get to see some awesome team ups with Kong. And there's a huge leak. And it's kind of low-key, kind of a jerk move from DC Comics. They posted on their social media a massive spoiler for the big gorilla there. Cannot wait for what's coming. Coming in at number 9, speaking of Green Lantern on the last cover, we got Green Lantern John Stewart in War Journal issue number 7 by Philip Kennedy Johnson, kicking off the whole new story arc. But it's not a new story arc. It's a new number comic, solicited as a new story arc after the events of the battle in the last issue against the Revenant Queen, where John Stewart looked like he kind of lost and went deeper into the whole the darkness of it all. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. Like, I was so ready to get past this Revenant Queen stuff, and I'll be honest with you, that last issue, I remember it blowing me away. It was such a fantastic fighting battle, all-out brawl, but I don't really know what we're doing here, man. Like, what are we doing with this Revenant Queen thing? We got to get past it. We've got to clean up John Stewart stuff and get him more in line with the Green Lantern proper title. We've got to. They're introducing all the other core members, Jessica Cruz, Simon Baz, Kyle Rayner. They're all coming in. Like, we got to get John Stewart cleaned up, and with the team, we got to get him over there. Let's do it. Let's get it done. He's lost his marbles. Let's get him back on track here. And last but not least, when it comes to me and movie tie-in books, when I see a movie and I enjoy it, I need more of it. And that's no different for Dune. We have a brand new miniseries for Dune dropping. House Corino, one of the most fearful houses that was helpful and setting all the stages for the fall of Atreides. We're diving into a little bit of their backstory. I believe it's like the 4th different house book that they did prequeling the Dune films. If you watched At Week's End a couple weeks ago, I did the whole giveaway for the Dune House Harkonnen. This is fantastic. I got myself a copy too. And after reading that and seeing this new one coming, I'm like, yeah, I got to grab it. I need more. This whole universe is so vast, and there's like, it's limitless sci-fi goodness. And I want some more. But if you haven't checked out that new Dune movie, you've got to do yourself a favor and go see it. It is amazing. But that's going to do it for my top 10 list. Be sure to leave me a comment down below. What are you looking forward to this week? What's on your top picks list? And definitely hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Consider hitting that join button and becoming a channel member. And don't forget to check out the merch store before you go. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.